Outburst, a Todd Mills Mystery, Book 4. Author, R.D. Zimmerman. Publisher, Scribble Pub, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 1998. Narrator, Eric Aust. Chapter 3. Todd had no idea how long he lay there. 10, maybe 15 minutes. But when he began to stir, the thing that surprised him the most was the light. It was so bright, lying in a shallow puddle. Todd stared through the railings of the bridge at the gap in the billowing clouds, where he saw the setting sun, brilliant and gorgeous and red. He rolled on his side, looked around. What the hell had that been? A tornado? He pushed himself up, sat back, and leaned against the railing. Right next to him, lying in a shallow puddle, was the sign, the historical marker, that had walloped him. Rubbing his head, he started to read the text, which went on about hard winter wheat that was shipped from all over the upper Midwest to the mills located alongside St. Anthony Falls. Above the roar of the river, Todd heard it, the steps. Someone was running this way. He clenched his eyes shut, pressed the heel of his hand against his brow, tried desperately to make sense of this. Hearing someone close in on him, he opened his eyes, looked to his right, saw a huge sign towering in the distance that read, "Pillsbury's Best Flour." Something horrible had happened. He knew that much, but what? In the back of his mind, he heard the warning. Be careful, right? And recalling that, Todd reached up, felt his breast pocket. The phone. He fumbled around for it, pulled it out, and flipped it open. But what was the number? Who was he supposed to call? The running steps were zeroing in on him, and Todd pressed himself back against the railing, phone in hand. He glanced to his left, saw the figure charging his way. Wait, he knew that person. That man. And Todd knew what this meant, didn't he? Hadn't he told him where he'd be? Sure, and Todd was glad to see him. This guy with the dark brown hair and mustache who was stocky and muscular, none too tall. He knelt down to Todd and reached out, saying, "Are you all right?" Todd clutched his hand. "Rollins? Are you hurt?" I don't think so." Todd touched his head. Something hit me." He lowered his hand onto the cool puddle and touched the plaque. This sign, it blew from the other side. There was a big storm." Todd stared at the break in the sky and squinted into the bright sunlight. Huge, puffy clouds towered one atop another. Neither white nor black, but now a sunset-infused red. The clouds filled the entire sky. Beautiful. Todd said, "A tornado?" "Actually, the radio's already calling it. Straight-line winds." "Oh," mumbled Todd, realizing that would explain the hurricane force of the storm. "Come on," said Rollins, taking Todd by the arm. "Are you sure you're okay?" Todd nodded as he started to get up. "What about the guy you were supposed to meet? He didn't show, did he?" Todd's heart squeezed into a tight fist. He pulled himself all the way up, hung onto the railing, and looked down the bridge to the east. There was no one else sprawled about, and as the memory came flooding back, he turned and looked out over the surging Mississippi. "Ah, shit," muttered Todd. "Are you all right? Do you want to sit down again?" "Someone was shot." What?" snapped Rollins, quickly scanning the bridge. "What the hell are you talking about?" He shook his head. "I met some guy and someone else came, and Dear God, he thought, realizing the most amazing thing of This most unusual evening, not only had the short man with the gun vanished, so had the body of Mark Forrest. A Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold: to offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides, and in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.